Hey everyone, it's Tom Spark from Tom Spark Reviews, and today I want to talk about something that's probably going to surprise a lot of you: why I'm voting for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz in the upcoming election. Now guys, why I fully believe that websites should not be able to collect and host our data online. Unfortunately, it could take a while for legislators or even presidential people to kind of fix those issues, so you might want to take control of it in your own hands, just as Incogni says, take control of it today. Incogni is one of my favorite products on the channel. I'm not sponsored by them, but they are my top rated affiliate. So if you go check out their website, you decide you want to use this service, it basically goes to different websites like White Pages, some of the other ones out there, and it will remove information from those websites without you having to do it yourself. This will save you a lot of time and effort. There's like 200 to 300 websites like that out there hosting your name, so you can get doxxed at any time, so you get robocalls, so people could harass you. If they find your real life name, then they can find your address or even the address of your family members. So use the link in the description down below, my affiliate link. I'll get a small cutback, you'll get a discount as well, and we both win-win. Anyways, back to the video. Now, as you all know, I'm a strong advocate for freedom, especially when it comes to the internet and personal privacy online. It's one of the reasons my channel exists, to help you navigate VPNs, stay secure, and protect your freedom in the digital world. So you might be wondering, why vote for these two? Let me break it down for you. First off, both Kamala Harris and Tim Walz have shown a commitment to internet privacy and protecting individual freedoms online. Harris, during her time as Attorney General in California, took a strong stance on data breaches and privacy, pushing for greater transparency from corporations and holding them accountable when they mishandled user data. Tim Walz, as the governor of Minnesota, has also supported legislation that protects consumer data and privacy, and he's been vocal about the need for corporate responsibility when it comes to how they manage our personal information. They're not just paying lip service, they've got a track record of standing up for these issues. But more than that, I believe Harris and Walz are the best candidates to push for more free and accessible internet for everyone. In this day and age, internet access is a fundamental right. It's how we work, how we learn, and how we stay connected. Yet so many Americans still don't have reliable access to the internet, and that's unacceptable. Harris has supported expanding broadband access, especially in underserved communities, and Walz has championed similar efforts in Minnesota. Voting for them means voting for an internet that works for everyone, not just those who can afford to pay top dollar for fast connections. Another reason I'm voting for them is that they believe in holding big corporations accountable, particularly when it comes to paying their fair share of taxes. As an internet privacy advocate, I know how much power these companies have over our data, and it's about time they pay up for using that data to make billions. Big tech needs to be regulated more carefully, and these two candidates have spoken out about closing tax loopholes and ensuring that the wealthiest corporations contribute to the public good. If we want a fairer internet and more protections for our privacy, that means supporting candidates who aren't afraid to stand up to these giants. Now, I know many of you in my audience identify as libertarians, and the idea of voting for Harris and Walz might seem like a tough sell, but hear me out. Liberty isn't just about less government. It's about having the freedom to make choices, especially in the digital realm, without being constantly surveilled by corporations or having your data mined for profit. Harris and Walz understand this balance. They're not pushing for excessive regulation. They're pushing for smart, targeted regulations that protect our privacy without infringing on our personal freedoms. Additionally, both candidates support net neutrality, which is something all of us who care about internet freedom should be rallying behind. Without net neutrality, ISPs can prioritize certain content, slow down other content, or charge you extra for basic internet access. Harris has been a vocal supporter of net neutrality, and Walz has backed similar policies on a state level. We can't afford to let the internet become a place where only the highest bidders get the best service. Voting for Harris and Walz is voting to keep the internet free and open for everyone. And let's talk about something we can all agree on: more transparency from the government about online surveillance. As much as I believe in personal privacy, I also recognize that the government plays a role in keeping us safe. But that doesn't mean they should be able to spy on us without oversight. Harris has supported reforms to the Patriot Act and has shown a willingness to push for more accountability when it comes to government surveillance programs. That's something we should all be able to get behind. Another point to consider is how Harris and Walz are focused on education, particularly in tech fields. If we want to maintain our freedom in the digital world, we need a tech-savvy population that understands how to protect themselves online. Harris has been vocal about increasing funding for STEM education, and Walls has made tech education a priority in Minnesota. By supporting these candidates, we're also supporting the next generation of internet privacy advocates who will continue the fight for online freedom. I also like that these candidates are in favor of reducing corporate influence in politics. It's no secret that big corporations, especially in the tech world, have a lot of power when it comes to shaping laws that affect our privacy. Harris and Walls have both supported efforts to reduce the influence of corporate money in elections, which is crucial if we want laws that reflect the will of the people, not the will of big tech. And let's face it, free internet access for all shouldn't be a radical idea. In fact, both candidates have discussed the importance of treating broadband like a public utility, just like water and electricity. If we want a future where everyone has access to the same information and opportunities, we need to vote for candidates who will make that happen. On top of that, I appreciate that Harris and Walls recognize the importance of cybersecurity. With the constant rise in cyber attacks, especially on personal data and critical infrastructure, we need leaders who take these threats seriously. Both candidates have expressed the need for stronger cybersecurity measures, not just for the government, but for individuals and small businesses as well. This is a huge deal for someone like me who's constantly thinking about how to protect my data and yours. At the end of the day, this vote isn't just about left or right. It's about finding candidates who will protect our freedoms in the digital age. Harris and Walls are committed to that fight, whether it's by expanding access to free internet, pushing for privacy protections, or making sure big tech is held accountable. That's why they have my vote. I hope this makes sense to you, my audience, even if you're not usually inclined to vote for Democrats. Voting for Harris and Walls isn't about bigger government. It's about making sure the government works for us and ensures we have the freedom we need in an increasingly digital world. Thanks for listening, and as always, stay private, stay secure, and stay free.